Hey guys, my name's Tim. This is Ian, and we're Avail. And our project is very related to the previous. Essentially, what we're looking at, I don't know if you can go to the slide deck. We'll tell you our problem, our solution. I'll tell you a little story. I guess Ian and I just met. We both came here individually. We didn't have a project. We were both kind of interested in jobs as a category. And I was talking with Peter. Peter's somewhere in the audience. I don't know if is Peter here? Peter's right there. So Peter and I were talking, just getting to know each other, and he said he was looking at an app for interns, for high school people to do internships, kind of like Tinder. And it kind of got me thinking like, well, there's LinkedIn and like all these job sites for tech people. And if you're a professional, there are all these ways for you to get jobs and people to recruit you. But what if you're not in that category? Like what if you're a non-skilled person? What if you've been out of work for a long time? What resources do you have? It's probably really different. You don't have a computer. It's hard to get to the library. Like, how are you going to actually get work? And obviously, there are a lot of people in this community in that situation. And so, you and I were thinking, like, okay, we both kind of knew there was a problem here. Unskilled people really have a hard time getting jobs. They don't have a reference. They don't have a resume. They don't necessarily have a marketable skill, specialized skill. So how do we actually get people integrated into the workforce? That's kind of the problem. And so if we look at, given that problem, which is a real problem here, let's look at a solution. So what we believe is a solution is actually anonymous job matching. There are a lot of on-demand services that are available now in different areas like rides and food. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with technology, but there's never been a solution for jobs, in particular unskilled jobs. So some of the use cases we talked about, like you might need someone to clean, you might need someone to help move something. There's a lot of bit of work that can be done, and there are a lot of companies who have money and businesses that have money, that could afford to have someone come in for an hour, do something, give a nice reference to that person, and if a person does, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those things, they can actually build up a profile to maybe get a job interview. So it's, in the short term, it's about matching up for jobs, but the bigger picture is this is actually a way for people to transition from no work into actually being employable. So that's kind of the bigger vision of what we wanted to do. Cool. So let's see it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ian. I'm going to demo to you Avail. So again, like Tim mentioned, basically we're going to couple community workers with local workforces with businesses that might be slammed for maybe an hour. I'm a Patriots fan, so let's say it's a Sunday night and it's Sunday night, I'm slammed, pizzas are coming in, orders are coming in, so basically I need somebody to come and help me. So we can basically create the easy button for employers. So the idea is like 2 hours. I need somebody for 2 hours who has been vetted, who has been given, I'm confident this person knows what they're doing. So if I press that button, I start requesting a person. That person isn't in our system. They have their phone. It's just a text message away, and I get a text message saying, "Hey, Ian, your help is needed in 5 minutes at DNA Pizza. The address is there, phone number is there, and the description is I'll earn $40 for my services." And that's basically it. We're Avail.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we might have a minute left. So we made a simple web app. I mean, the concept was we would do onboarding really simply. If you're the person looking for work, you would just be able to come in and say, this is my name, maybe with the help of a social worker or a case manager. Here I am. This is my name. This is my phone number. Maybe it's a basic flip phone. I'm in this zip code. I may not have a full-time address or a permanent address, but this is kind of where I am, and I'm looking for work, and I'm available on demand to do these types of work. Maybe I can do cleaning, food service, some painting, construction. Those are just things that off the top of our heads. On the employer side, I'm a business in this area. We could look at that page. I don't know if we have it up, but essentially it's the same thing. We're an employer in this area. We might need this type of work. We were both interested in hardware, and the concept of this is like in a lot of businesses, kitchens, different types of workplaces. They're not offices, so something like this could be set up and just tap the button and you need help, like a bathroom scenario or something like that in a club or a restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm curious. So, are you matching by location, or how do you think about that?
Ideally, what we're going to do is match by location. We also had ideas of community workers. So we're in, I think, Folsom. I'm not from the area. So there is demand here. There are businesses here. There will be slammed at some point. And basically the idea is community. I see this person every so often. I know that it's an equal exchange between me and them, and we both feel like we're getting something from it, and that's about it.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about was ranking, and I think a key difference we saw was that this is about opportunity. So actually, just random sort would be fine, because we just want to spread the opportunity for people to get a chance. And then hypothetically, if you get 5 or 4 good jobs, maybe you can get a real job interview. But if you did maybe a really poor job 3 or 4 times, you wouldn't be on the platform at that point. So we didn't show it here, but we had a basic rating concept. Didn't get a chance to implement that, but that was our concept.
Yeah, I'm curious more about how much you've finished building. So, did you already finish the flow for employers to manage who they're reaching out to, and is there a flow on text message for candidates to manage their subscription settings or sort of opt in or out of different jobs from a text message, or is that for a web dashboard?
So I've not completed all that. We've completed the part where I'm an employer. I want help. We can onboard people as employers as well as workers. And right now we're randomly matching them. But the point is going to be some algorithm or some entity that's going to make sure people get to the correct points as they come in.
Yeah. When they make the request, they don't actually specify anything. It's like, part of our concept is like, it's a discrete job for like an hour, unskilled. Just hit the button. Somebody's going to come, they're going to do it. You rate them. That's it.
So I have two main questions here. One is, you talked a lot about unskilled and employable. And I'm a little bit confused why I would not just, have a staff of people if I run a restaurant, even if I do get slammed for an hour. Most restaurants kind of manage that by just having people that they can call that they know, because the last thing I want to do is have somebody come in who's not going to be, good face for my organization. The other question is if I'm in this position of coming in to do work for an hour here or there, how does that actually get me any closer to any kind of financial stability? I mean, it seems kind of like the Uber problem, but maybe even worse.
I can answer the second one. So ideally, yesterday we heard a lot of transitioning, similar to Episcopal. I'm killing that name. The transition houses, where Episcopal, where you start from, hey, I have nothing right now. I have a couple of, can I have a couple of days in order to figure out what I'm doing. Similar to that model where, hey, I came out of jail, for example, for minor non-violent crime. So hey, if I apply for that job, I can't get that job because of underlying biases. So what happens is this is a way for me to get some credibility within the job market in my community so that I can maybe open up into some sort of full-time position. But that's for the second point.
Yeah. I mean, for the first question, our concept is anonymous job matching. So like in terms of look of people or presentability, we're just not considering that as a factor. That like these are jobs that can get done by, regardless of any of kind of how you appear, to the world.
Great. Thank you. Nice job.